Good morning, folks. Today's thought for the day, something we perhaps don't think about very often, but the title of it is, what kind of a legacy will you leave? Sunday night at the fellowship, I preached a message on dads, being Father's Day, and granddads, and we spoke about the fact that we will all leave some kind of a legacy after we're gone. And we asked the question, what kind of a legacy will we leave? I mentioned the fact that the Bible tells us that not only will our lives influence our children and our grandchildren, but our legacy will continue down through 3 or 4 generations. I gave an example. I think this is pretty powerful. In the 18th century, there lived a man by the name of Max Jukes. He had a bad drinking problem, so bad that it kept him from being able to keep a steady job, kept him from loving his wife and his children, had very little time for them. Well, there was a study done that tracked his descendants, and they found 1,200 of them. Listen to this, if you will. 400 of them were physically abused, 310 became wards of the state, 130 were convicted criminals, 7 were convicted of murder, only 20 of the 1,200 were ever able to learn a trade. Could not even keep a steady job. Contrast that, if you will, with a man by the name of Jonathan Edwards. Perhaps you've never heard of him. He was a contemporary of Jukes. Edwards was a famous preacher, perhaps America's greatest theologian. He and his wife had 11 children. 400 of his descendants were found. Get this, 14 became college presidents, 100 became professors, 100 were ministers, over 100 were lawyers, 60 became judges, 3 of them were United States senators, and 1 was Vice President of the United States of America. His name was Aaron Burr. Folks, the point is this: our legacy matters. Someone once made what I believe is a pretty profound statement when he said this: a child is not likely to find a father in God unless he finds something of God in his father. That spoke to my heart. I believe it's a thought worth considering when we're speaking about a legacy. Ask yourself, if you would, what kind of a legacy do I wish to leave? Thanks for listening in. God bless you. Make it